जय श्री राधा माधव की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, you are all welcome for morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. This is Krishna Balaram Temple, ISKCON, Vrindavan. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, the second half, and we are discussing chapter 79, and the title of the chapter is Lord Balaram Goes to Pilgrimage. So, this is the time of Kurukshetra war. And there are two parties, the party of Duryodhana and the party of the Pandavas, headed by Maharaj Yudhishthira. And Maharaj, both Duryodhana himself and Arjun on behalf of Maharaj Yudhishthira approached Lord Sri Krishna in Dwarka for help. Duryodhana arrived early. Krishna was having a pastime of just sleeping. And Duryodhana, and there is one nice couch next to the head side of the bed. Duryodhana was sitting on that and waiting for Krishna to wake up. And he had a relation with Krishna. The son of Krishna and Jamavati Samba was married to the daughter of Duryodhana. So they have a relation. Arjuna arrived a little late. And Arjuna has also relation with Krishna, his direct friend and also husband of Subhadra, the brother of Krishna. So when he arrived, he sat down at the foot side of the bed of Krishna. Krishna opened his eyes. So he said, first Krishna, I Arjuna. He said, how are you parked here? Before Arjuna speak, Duryodhana said, I am here also and I arrived early. So Krishna looked with a little twisted vision to the Duryodhana. Oh, you are here also, Nandan. Welcome. And both said, we are here to get help from you because there is a upcoming war. Which is all right. On the one side, I am giving you one brigade of my Yadu army with Kirtavarma as the chief of the army. On the other side, I will be alone and not even use weapons. Now Arjuna is a younger and I saw him Arjuna, so he has to select first. Duryodhana was really in a big anxiety for war. Everybody needs the army. What can we do with a person who is not using weapon, Krishna? But Arjuna, his first surrender was, he said, I need you, Krishna. And Duryodhana said, thank you, send the army. And Duryodhana was happy that he got the army. Krishna asked him, Arjuna, why you selected me, not army? He said, I can fight with all of them, but I need somebody really to be my guide. And this was the first surrender of Arjuna, and the message for all of us is, when we have to select something from Krishna or Krishna, we should opt for Krishna rather than from Krishna. This is the first lesson. And now Duryodhana approached Balaram because Balaram is Guru of Duryodhana. After the Samantak jewel episode, Krishna and Balaram both were running behind the Dharma, and Krishna killed Dharma, and after that they could not find the jewel, and Balaram had a doubt that maybe Krishna has a jewel. And then Balaram said, okay, all right, I am going to the place of Kashi Raj, and I will spend some time there. When he was in Mithila on that side, at that time Duryodhana came to learn from him the club fighting. And for over a year or so, Balaram did not come back. So Duryodhana has a more, Balaram was more obliged to go on the side of Duryodhana. But when he heard that Krishna has already taken side of Arjuna and become a chariot driver, Arjuna, he said, I cannot fight against Krishna. I am servitude God. I have to serve Krishna, not fight with Krishna. I am the original Acharya. I have to set example that we have to serve Krishna, not the opposite part. So Balaram decided, well, Duryodhana thought, no, we are equal now. Balaram, they have Krishna, so what is the problem? They are, we are equal now. But Balaram said, I cannot fight. I cannot take any side. So he decided, I am going for pilgrimage. He asked Krishna, what can I do? Krishna said, see, there are only two parties, there is no in between. You have to take one side. He said, I cannot leave my disciple Duryodhana alone, but I cannot fight against you. Therefore, I am deciding to go to the pilgrimage. So this is the time. And he was on a pilgrimage, and at the end of the war, he came back at the site of the war, saw Duryodhana wounded and broken his hip and femur bone and lying by the club of the Bhima, and he became angry also. So this is the time when Balaram was on pilgrimage. He went to the namo, and there Sutta Goswami was sitting on a high asana, and the sages were sitting there. Everybody got up to when they saw Balaram, but the Sutta, which Sutta? Roma Arsham Sutta, the disciple of Vyasadeva, who was the Acharya for 17 Puranas and Mahabharata. But Balaram wanted his own parampara for Bhagavatam. So when Ramanujan did not get up, Balaram took a straw and he just threw there, and Sutha was delivered from his material body. And everybody said, what you have done, my Lord? We have called even Yamaraj for this discussion that nobody can die. But the person who was the speaker, you made him to leave body. This is something surprising. Balaram said, what do you want? You want him back to life? I can do that. He said, no, you have delivered, let him go. But now you bless his son, Ugra Sarva. So Ugra Sarva now is going to be the speaker of Bhagavatam. The Sutta who is speaking Bhagavatam is Ugra Sarva. He is a disciple of Sukadeva Goswami. But he was empowered by Balaram. Because Balaram wanted the Bhagavatam should be recited by his blessed, enlightened parampara, not the mixed one basically. So Rishi said, anyway, somehow you have done this. So now you go for pilgrimage. Anyway, somehow he favored Rishi by killing the demon Balaval there who was troubling them. And after that he went for the pilgrimage of all holy sites, right from the Badrinath to Rameshwaram to all the other places. And similarly, Nityananda Prabhu also had the same route and same pilgrimage when he was before meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now after the complete of all the yatra of holy places, he came back to Naimisharanya. When he arrived to Naimisharanya, and from verse number 30 to 34, it says, Balaram came back to Naimisharanya to bless sages. So the last verses which we have to finish today from 31 to 44, Balaram is back in Naimisharanya to bless sages. So what sages did? Sages says, now your go of pilgrimage is over, so we will perform a sacrifice. So the sages, and he said, who is the enjoyer of sacrifice? Lord himself. So he is a Yajna Purusha. So why should he perform any sacrifice? To set an example. Just to set an example. He performed the sacrifice. And when he is performing sacrifice is over. And at that time, all his relatives, his concern, Revati Devi, they all came to Naimisharanya. It appeared from this verse. So we read now this verse, that Balaram after pilgrimage is back to Naimisharanya. He has finished the sacrifice which was the sages wanted him to perform as his final conclusion of his yatra and woe, and this sacrifice is over. And after the sacrifice, there's a ritual of adhbhutta bath. So this is the verse, adhbhutta bath. And then we'll see what he is giving to the sages in a return, like a dakshina. And then there is a phalashruti, one who hears Balaram's pastime, what benefit he will get. And that's a wonderful benefit. Really, we all are hankering for that. So let us recite verse number 31. Tebhyo, 30. Tam punarnaimisham praptam Rishyo yajyayan muda Kartva angam krutubhi sarvai Nirvilta akhila vigraham. I think this verse was yesterday completed. So this verse says later means after finishing pilgrimage, Lord Balaram returned to Naimisharanya, where the sages joyfully engage him, muda, the embodiment of all sacrifice, the Balaram. In the performing various kind of Vedic sacrifice, Lord Balaram was not retired from warfare. Usually he is a shesh. Shesh means he begins the annihilation. So the one who begins annihilation, that is his function, so how he can help? By performing sacrifice. So now he has given up now warfare. He is completely retired from fighting the spirit. So now he is there to benefit everybody. Now this is the verse which we'll do today. Tebhyo vishuddham gyanam Bhagavan vyatarat vibho Yenaivatmane yadau vishwam Atmanam vishwakam vido Tebhyo vishuddham vijnanam Bhagavan vyatarat vibho Yenaivatmane ado vishwam Atmanam vishwakam vido Tebhyo vishuddham gyavijnanam Yenaivatmane ado vishwam Atmanam vishwakam vido Tebhyo vishuddham vijnanam Tebhyo vishuddham vijnanam Bhagavan vyatarat vibho Tenaivatmanado vishwam Atmanam vishwakam viduh Tebhyo vishuddham vijnanam Bhagavan vyatarat vibho Yenaivatmane ado vishwam Atmanam vishwakam viduh Mataji Tebhyo vishuddham vijnanam Bhagavan vyatarat vibho Yenaivatmane ado vishwam Atmanam vishwakam viduh Tebhyo vishuddham vijnanam Bhagavan vyatarat vibho Yenaivatmane ado vishwam Atmanam vishwakam viduh Tebhya upon them Vishuddham perfectly pure Vijnanam divine knowledge Bhagavan the Supreme Lord Vyatarat bestowed Vibho the Almighty Yen by which indeed Atmani within himself the Supreme Lord Adaha this Avishwam universe Atmanam himself Vishwakam pervading the universe Viduho they should perceive. Translation by Srila Prabhupada's disciples. The all-powerful Lord Balaram bestowed upon sages pure spiritual knowledge, by which they could see the whole universe within him and also see him pervading everything. So let's read the other verses and then speak on them. Verse number 32. Swapatyavivirtah snato Nati bandhu swardhabhrutah Reje swajyutisnayayivendo Swavasaha sushishto alankritah. After executing with his wife the adhbhutta ablution, the beautifully dressed and ornamented Lord Balaram, encircled by his immediate family and other relatives and friends, looked as splendid as moon surrounded by its effulgent rays. Purport. Srila Prabhupada beautifully described this scene as follows in the Krishna book, must be. Lord Balaram then took the adhbhutta bath, which is accepted after finishing sacrificial performances. After taking his bath, he dressed himself in new silken garments and decorated himself with beautiful jewelry amidst his relatives and friends. He appeared to be shining full moon amidst luminaries in the sky. Verse 33. Idrivya vidhanya sankhyaani asankhyaani balasya balashalinaha anantasya parameyasya maya martyasya shanti. Countless other such pastimes were performed by mighty Balaram, the unlimited and immeasurable Supreme Lord, whose mystic Yogamaya power makes him appear to be a human being. The last verse. Yo anusumreta ramasya karamani adhbhutta karmana sayam pratraha anantasya vishnu saha daityo bhave. All the activities of the unlimited Lord Balaram are amazing. Anyone who regularly remembers him at the dawn and dusk will become very dear to Supreme Personality Lord Sri Vishnu. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord Balaram is original Vishnu. Therefore, anyone remembering this pastime of Balaram in the morning and evening will certainly become a great devotee of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus his life will become successful in all respect. So namo gyaan timarandasya gyānanjan shlaka chakshun dhanayana tasmai shri gurave namaha. So after Balaram performed sacrifice which was presided by the sages, he gave dakshina to the sages. And in dakshina, which should be given even before performing the final adhbhutta path, it appears from the sequence of the verses. So in a dakshina are sort of, at this stage I would say there are different words actually. There is a word donation, there is a word dakshina, and there is a word pranami. Pranami, when we offer obeisance to the deities, we have to offer something as a token. It's called pranami. Pranam, obeisances, pranami, then we should put something in that box. It's not donation box. Because Lord is not a beggar, He is Lakshmipati. We have to offer Him pranami, which is obligation. We must, nobody should go empty-handed in the temple of Lord. to the spiritual master, to the Vaidya, to the king. This is the rule. Nobody should go empty-handed. So pranami has to be put. You may put a one small coin, but this is the rule. Dakshina is given to a priest or a Brahman or a spiritual master. That's called dakshina. And donation is given to the needy people. They need something. So that's a completely different words actually. Pranami, dakshina and charity. Charity is different. So what we call donation is a charity. So this is a dakshina given to the sadhu, Brahman. This is also an honor. They are not beggars. So what Balaram gave as a dakshina, transcendental knowledge. This is the purport written by our acharyas. Balaram gave transcendental knowledge as remuneration or dakshina to these sages. What is the benefit from that knowledge? This verse says, Tebhyo Vishuddham. Vishuddham means free from the influence of three modes of materialization. It's a Vishuddham. The knowledge which is free from three modes of material. What is knowledge which is free from three modes of material knowledge? Which knowledge? Only devotional service. Because gyaan is in a mode of goodness. Generally, knowledge or gyaan is a mode of goodness. Only the knowledge which is beyond three modes of materialization, which is called Vishuddham Jnana, is devotional service. Because bhakti is a swarupa shakti of Supreme Lord. Bhakta, bhakti and Bhagavan. Three things. They are beyond three modes of materialization. Bhakta, bhakti and Bhagavan. These three words, they are beyond three modes of materialization. They are under the, we can say, devotee and devotion is under the shelter of internal energy of the Supreme Lord. Daivi Shakti, Radharani basically. And also Krishna takes shelter of the Radharani. So these three are under the shelter of internal potency. So that knowledge which is Vishuddham is free from three modes of materialization. And such knowledge can be imparted only by the original Acharya. Balaram is the original Acharya. So he is giving this transcendental knowledge to these sages. And then what is the result of this knowledge? Who gave this knowledge? Bhagavan. Knowledge was given by Bhagavan, which means all powerful. And also one of the six qualities of Bhagavan, he knows everything. And this Bhagavan, Vetrad means distributing. Vitran karna. In Hindi it's called Vitran. Vitran become Vetrad. So he distributed this knowledge. So knowledge to be distributed. And Srila Prabhupada wanted the knowledge distributed in the form of books. And the books are transcendental knowledge. These books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, which we are distributing on the instruction of Srila Prabhupada and his follower, is basically a transcendental knowledge actually, because books are transcendental knowledge. Why we are distributing books actually? Because there are two types of creation in this material world, divine and demonic. Devayavo sarvaloke devasura evacha. And what is the criteria to qualify somebody as a divine and somebody as a demonic? The criteria is a scripture. Criteria is a scripture. Those who follow the rules and regulations of the scripture are divine, and those who don't follow are demonic. Ye shastram vidimutsadyaya yajante kama kakata nasiddhimapanothi Sampporna parampati. So Prabhupada wanted actually to increase the divine population in this society, to increase the divine population, because usually demons are only small percentage and pure devotees are also very small percentage. The majority is innocent people. They can come in under influence of anyone who is more powerful. So we distribute books, then people will become more divine because the books will transform their life. Then again I am saying, are we that eager as the demons are eager? Newspaper distributors get up early in the morning, 3 o'clock, before our Mangal Aarti. You know? They transport newspaper. They throw newspaper in your house before you wake up. And when you get up, you get the Maya literature. Here is a accident, here is a war. So you are completely, demons are going there, increasing their influence 100,000 times more than we slow book distributor go once in a while somewhere. Can you see this? If we are really early in the morning, Bhagavad Darshan, every day to everybody's house before newspaper reaches, then we can really actually save the society from getting influenced by demonic influence. Basically speaking, Prabhupada in Vrindavan was distributing his bag to Godhead on bicycle at the age of 65. He was riding on a bicycle and still the Goswami remembered the bicycle because there was less isling, it was having a sound, and he used to deliver medicine at our home. Is anybody doing like that now? We have so many facilities. We are within comfort zone. We are not going out of the comfort zone. We are not getting out of the comfort zone. Prabhupada, he left Vrindavan. He took Vrindavan with him. He never left Vrindavan. But he get out of the comfort zone. He took risk for Krishna, and therefore Krishna was all the time with him to fulfill his all desire to satisfy his spiritual master. So really speaking, we have to come out of the comfort zone. We have to take risk for Krishna. The more we take risk for Krishna, the more we feel Krishna near to us. This I am saying my realization all the time. I am more Krishna conscious when I am in Pakistan preaching than in Vrindavan. And I need Krishna on every moment there. So I am more Krishna conscious when I am on the other side of the border than when I am in Vrindavan. Really speaking, because I was feeling, I said, Krishna is just behind me, so I don't have to worry. Prabhupada is there because I'm just on their behalf doing something. So what I'm saying, until unless we come out of the comfort zone, we'll never have a realization that Krishna is with us, Prabhupada is with us. So this is what I'm saying, distributing. The word is vitrada, distribution. And this distribution, some other place I think I was speaking, distribution of food. This is what Prabhupada, when he was supposed to go to the Vinobhave ashram for Gita Sammelan, then what are the modern problems and how they can be solved by Bhagavad Gita? So Prabhupada said, how the scarcity of the food can be solved, because we should distribute. We should distribute. So we can distribute prasadam, we can distribute holy name, we can distribute books. That's what we have to distribute. Balaram is distributing knowledge. He's Acharya, he's giving us instruction that distribute this knowledge. What we get from this spiritual knowledge master. Dadami Divya. Dadami Buddhi Yogam is Krishna. And Divya Gyanam Dadatat, spiritual master gives the Same word is dadya here. So Divya Gyan Dadya, the spiritual master gives the divine knowledge. So we get divine knowledge, what we should do? Distribute it. More we distribute, more we get mercy. More we distribute, more we get mercy. The story of Ramanujacharya, his spiritual master gave him 8-syllable mantra. He said, don't tell to anybody, very secret. He said, what will happen if somebody here? He will go back to garden. Then he climbed on the top of the building and he called everybody, please come listen, I am telling you something. If you really chant this, you will go back to garden. And everybody was there, the big crowd, and then he said that mantra, Om Namo, something. And then the spiritual master was angry. He said, what did you do? I told you never tell anybody. Why you have done this? He said, I am offended to your honor. Please, you can punish me as you like. But at least so many people will be delivered by chanting this. Then he said, yes, you are the perfect. You have understood my mission. You have understood my mission. So what is actually, what spiritual master has given? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Distribute, just distribute. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. That's Hare Krishna. Just make people chant Hare Krishna. At least anybody who's entering the gate of the temple, he should at least chant Hare Krishna at Niyam. Full mala they are chanting in Prabhupada's room. This is our business. We have a Nam Hut. Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, we have a shop of holy name. We have not only shop, we have the big bazaar of holy name. Because we have a mall of holy name. You get, this is the only thing we should distribute here. Whoever comes here, whoever we meet, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Some devotees in Russia used to say, do you know yoga? No. Oh, chant Hare Krishna. This is transcendental yoga. Anybody they meet, they sit like that. And then one of the pastime of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, yesterday somebody was telling me that Maharaj was in the hospital and a nurse came and he said, do you know Hare Krishna? He said, what is that? And she was, it was in America. She said, I don't know. She said, then chant Hare Krishna. She said, Hare Krishna. Then whole mantra, as if Maharaj was initiating her. He said, she chanted whole Hare Krishna mantra. Then Prabhupada said to the disciple, give him some books and give prasad. So even you don't know, you ask them, do you know Hare Krishna? What is Hare Krishna? Say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And they will say. They will say, and then you have distributed holy name. So we should be eager and enthusiastic to distribute holy name. And then the third line of the verse says, Yen eva, by that transcendental knowledge, Atmane adho vishwan. Atmane means within Lord Balaram. They can see the whole universe. Why? Because all the universes are created by Balaram. Balaram is the source of whole material and spiritual world. He is the presiding deity of Sat. Sat Chit Anand is the Supreme Lord. The presiding deity of Sat is Balaram. Sat means existence, both material and spiritual. So Balaram is the source of both material and spiritual existence. In 5 forms, Balaram help in creation to Krishna. 3 Vishnu, Purusha Avatar, 1 Shesh, and 1 person associating with Ram as a Lakshmana, with Krishna as a Balaram, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Nityananda. So for whole creation he is responsible. So the one who has created this creation is within him. It's coming from him. This is one aspect. And this other aspect of this knowledge is Atmanam Vishwagam Vidhu. And they will realize he is all pervading within the universe. How? As super soul. In one way. As a super soul, he is pervading in every item of the creation. And also, by his energy, he is maintaining the whole universe. So generally, Srila Prabhupada said, energy, like a government and a president. The president and the prime minister is a person. But his energy, government is all over. So, he is all over in the universe in the form of Paramatma and through his energy, both ways. So this is the knowledge. And this is in Bhagavad Gita. Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvamchamai pashyati. Exactly. Those who see me everywhere and see everything in me. And actually Prabhupada said Krishna means everything. In the nectar of devotion, Krishna, this definition of pure devotional service. What is the definition of pure devotional service? Anyavilashita sunyam gyaan karmadhyana avatana anukulyena Krishnanu Shrilanam Bhaktina. Krishna, the word Krishna, Srila Prabhupada describes, Krishna include everything. Krishna include everything. All his incarnation, all his energy, all his pure devotees are included in Krishna. So there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. And this was discussion sometime, somewhere in one Kumbh Mela, I think, between Mother Jamuna and Madhusevita. There is no difference between Krishna and Balaram. Madhusevita said, yes, it is in Chaitanya. Only there is a difference of color. One is white and one is Sham and Gauravaram, that's all. But Jamuna says, no, that's the difference. Krishna can only have a Ras Leela with the gopis, Radharani, not Balaram. So this was a big discussion, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj heard this, and over an event to Srila Prabhupada, they said, this is different, there is a discussion going on there. What is the discussion? The Madhusevita Maharaj says, Krishna and Balaram are not different. Prabhupada says, yes, they are not different. This is Chaitanya says. They are one, but only there is a difference of color. Kaya, Kaya means their appearance is different. Then she says, nee, Jamuna Mata says there is a difference. And what is the difference? Krishna can only have it, rest, dance with Radharani, not Balaram. Prabhupada says, that's also right. And Krishna says, how can both be right? And Prabhupada says, you are also right. You are also right. How can both be right? Because the absolute truth is different. 1 plus 1 is 1, 1 minus 1, 1 is 1. So mathematics of a spiritual world is different. You can realize according to your, according to your own understanding. You cannot go beyond that. And Giriraj Maharaj gave a comment on that 5 blind men were looking at the elephant, and one was looking at the body, so it's like wow, the other leg is like a pillar, the tail is like a rope, and then the trunk is like a tree. Almost true also, but they were not really true. So they were, it is a truth in that what they were saying, but it wasn't a complete truth. Similarly, we know something, not complete. Nobody can know complete about the Supreme Lord. So we all are right in one sense, but not completely right. So this is the effect of transcendental knowledge. The next verse says, Swapatnya, his own consort. Revati, it means when the yajna was performed, this is the rule. Yajna cannot be performed by a grihastha without his wife. So Revati and the relatives were called from Dwarka to Naimisharya. It appears from this verse. Because yajna cannot be performed. Ramachandra, when Sita was in a Valmiki ashram, and he was supposed to perform yajna because there was no wife. So they made the golden Sita. Sita made of gold. And she was sitting on the side of Lord Ramchandra. Then only you can perform yajna. Because yajna can only be performed by both husband and wife, not one person. So, Sampporna, along with Revati Mata, Suherda, Patnya, adhbhutta snato. So both had a husband and wife had to take a sacred bath. It's called adhbhutta snan. We have this word somewhere else. You remember this similar verse? Adhbhutta snan. After Rajsuya sacrifice, Maharaj Yudhishthira with Draupadi was taking adhbhutta bath. This is in the Bhagavatam. And right at that time, there is a need for a person to be selected for primary worship or agar puja. And there was a discussion. Sahadev says Krishna is the only person on the planet who should be worshipped. And Bhisham, they said, yes, I second, this is right decision. And then the third person got up, and who was that? Shishupal. And he was saying, you both cannot see Vyasadeva and Bhisham. You are not yourself the person to be worshipped first. You are just speaking of some coward. At that time, Draupadi was like the next part of the verse says, they got the ornament and fine cloths. So after that bath, they would have the fine cloth and ornament and everything. And Draupadi was in really best sari and ornament. At that time, Shishupal, Krishna called this as disc Sudarshan Chakra, and Shishupal's head was cut, separated from the body, and his soul entered the rule suite of Krishna. It says there was a little scratch on the finger of Krishna, and Draupadi just tore the most costly sari of adhbhutta snan and put on the finger of Krishna, and Krishna smiled. Said, yes, this small piece of cloth, I will return to you back as unlimited sari. So we have to do some little seva, then Krishna will reciprocate. Because unless we make an advancement, we go 1 foot, he will come 10 foot further. But at least we have to take 1 foot. If we sleep, then nothing will happen. We have to work. So this adhbhutta was there also, the word. So after the sacrifice, there should be a special bathing ceremony that's called adhbhutta snan. And when he was doing this snan, after the snan, at that time, Gnati, those who knows him, his relatives, Bandhu, which are connected with him by relation, Suherd, his well-wishers. And there are some names, Acharyas have given some name, who are these persons who came with Balaram at that time. See, because Mithila Naresh is there, they say some names are there who were present at that time. And Suherda Vrittaha Rejeswa Jyotisha Indu. At that time, Balaram was shining like a moon. It was all soothing. Indu means moon. And his Srila Prabhupada writes in one of the purport in Bhagavatam that Krishna is never separate from internal energy. It's like moon is never separated from his moonshine. This is in the 7th chapter of 1st canto. When Vyasadeva Sadhi, universal Sadhi, Supreme Lord with all his energies. So Maya is behind him, and under the influence of Maya are the living entities bewildered. But where is internal energy? Question arises. So it is always with Krishna like moonshine is with the moon. This is what Srila Prabhupada. So the word here moon, the Supreme Lord is like a moon. Chandra. And they are from Chandra once. They are from moon dynasty. And they are like a moon. When they give analogy of Lord Ramchandra, they said, oh, he was like Bhanu. Bhanu means sun. So he from sun. So usually similes are given according to their dynasty. And he was shining like a moon surrounded by, who are the rays? He said, Revati herself is shining next to the Balaram, and all his associates were like a moonlight. They said, analogy is like Balaram is a moon and the relatives Soherd and others are like a moonlight. So other persons who are around Balaram, they are like a moonlight. Now after this Rejeswa Jyotishnasya Indu Swavasaha. So means beautiful, vasa means cloth. Dressing. Beautiful dress. Shushtu alankarata. And nicely dressed with jewels, ornaments. And they have their special ornaments always. Doesn't say Ayudh here. Ayudh means the plow and his musal. No. Alankarata. And after that, next verse says, Idrig vidhani asankhyani. Idrig means like that. Iti idrig kaswalila vi ananda kunde. Same word is this. Idrig. Idrig means like this. Like this idrig vidhani asankhyanī. Unlimited. Balaram has unlimited pastimes. Balaram's pastimes are unlimited. So here we should know that his pastimes are twofold. One is manifest pastime during the time when they appear in this world. That is called Prakata Leela, manifest pastimes. They are not very many. They are only for some period of time. But there are Nitya Leela, unmanifested pastime, which are Nitya, eternal, unlimited. Every day these pastimes are taking place. So from Nitya Leela, from the eternal unmanifested pastime, the manifested pastime come. So from where the manifest pastime is coming from? Unmanifested. Why we should only hear the manifested? In Bhagvatam, the pastime is only manifested. Avatar Kal. The pastime when Lord appeared, they are here. They are not the other pastime which are unlimited. So we have to relish the manifest pastime from Bhagavatam and get absorbed in a specific pastime. And then we get the eligibility to enter into the Nitya Leela. So from manifest Leela we can enter into the Nitya Leela. So by studying the manifest Leela, we can be eligible to enter into the Nitya Leela. Therefore, Bhagavatam is most important, one item of our sadhana bhakti. One time, one day, when heart is purified by chanting holy name, after the Shravan Dasha, after hearing, then we have a Manan Dasha, Varna Dasha. Varna Dasha when we accept that. And then there is a Smarna Dasha, when we are contemplating, we are meditating, which has different levels. It's interrupted, continuous, and then we will get prapti. Then we will get actually where we fit in the pastime of Krishna. Which pastime we are part of. And then we practice that. And then we enter into the Nitya Leela. This is the procedure. So here it says, this word says, Balaram has unlimited such pastime, vidhani of this sort. Idrik vidhani. Like this there are asankhyani, unlimited pastime. How come that? Balasya. He has spiritual potency, balasya. Balasya means of Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram has such unlimited pastime. Why? Balashalina. He is Balashalina. He has so much potency, unlimited pastime. Anantasya, he is unlimited himself. And aparamesya, you cannot count that. They are beyond immeasurable. It cannot be counted. Maya. This Maya here is said illusory energy. In purport says mercy. The one of the meaning of Maya is mercy. Mercifully, unlimited Balaram has unlimited pastimes out of his mercy. Maya also means mercy. So Maya, and here why it says illusory energy? Because Martyasya, because he looks like human being. He is not human being. He looks like human being. It's like Krishna appear like human being. He is not human being. He looks like him. Like example, oh, this person is a lion. We say no. This person is a lion. It means he is very powerful. Doesn't mean he is lion. He is a human being. But his power is like a lion, you know. When we say somebody is a lion, doesn't mean that this person is a lion, but he is like lion. Similarly, when we say Krishna is like human, he is not human, but he appears like human. He is not human, but he appears. So, Martasya means human beings. And how he looks like human? Because of his Maya. Maya doesn't cover him. Maya covers our eyes. Maya can never cover Supreme Lord. Maya can cover on earth. Like cloud can never cover sun. They can only sun our eyes. Clouds can cover our eyes, not the sun. You go beyond cloud, sun is there. So Maya is like a cloud. That's Maya cover. Lord, no. Lord can see through Maya. And then it says, Maya martasya santihi. Santi means that when he even appears like human, he has some pastime, but his pastime are unlimited, unmeasurable, because he is very powerful. And the last verse we have seen, anybody who remembers this, who hears this, who remembers this, with faith and recite these pastime in morning and evening, become a dear friend of Supreme Lord. He will be very dear. Daitya. Daitya means very dear. Radha, Daite, Madhav. Daite is word which means very dear. So anybody who wants to be dear to Krishna, and actually what Krishna Thakur has written, he will become dear to Krishna. When Vishnu, he said Krishna. He put Krishna. One will become dear to Krishna. Then the question is, why should we hear Balaram's pastime and become dear to Krishna? Then the principle is that Krishna only accepts those who serve his servants. And Balaram is the first servant of Krishna, servitude God. By pleasing Balaram, by pleasing the spiritual master, we can please Krishna. So Krishna will be pleased when we please his devotee. So Balaram is acting as a devotee. And we please the devotee. If we glorify Balaram, Krishna will be more happy. If we glorify Prabhupada, Krishna will be more happy. Then we glorify Krishna, he will not be much happy, but we glorify Prabhupada, he will be more happy. So this is the principle. Krishna becomes more pleased when we glorify his devotees. So Balaram, if we hear about Balaram, then principally Krishna will be more pleased. This is the principle. So we have to glorify Prabhupada every day. That will please Krishna. Because Prabhupada is a representative of Nityananda. He said, it is Nityananda's mercy only that he reached to the place where he can preach to the people, to took risk. This is, if you need Krishna Prem, if you need to be loved by Krishna, only it can be given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he brought the Krishna Prem. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can only give the Krishna Prem if recommended by Nityanand. And Nityanand only recommend when we go out of our comfort zone and preach to the people like Jugai and Madai. Then we'll get Krishna prema. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Karantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Time is over. If it is allowed, then we can have one or two questions. Yeah, okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Very amazing. Thank you. I can see, first of all, the appreciation which I'm getting for you. I can see the fire of Sankirtan in you, Prabhu. You are like completely like a red hot iron. I can see that. My question is that, Prabhu, you mentioned about the Prabhupada, how is distributing Back to God magazine on the bicycle in the Vrindavan, and how you compare with the newspaper distributor who is distributing at 3 a.m. in the morning. And you talked something about the comfort zone. Can you please add a few more points on that in relation with the book distribution?
It's like after Mangal Arati and chanting, you take books and go out and reach to the people, because the morning people are in mode of goodness and they will accept it. Afternoon you will go there in mode of patience. At that time they want to earn money, they are not there in the mood of spending. So best time to go is early in the morning. Usually early devotees, when they used to make life members, they used to go to the park where they were doing jogging. They used to get address from their driver, and as soon as they reach back to their home, and the devotee reached to their home. So this is early morning time, people are in a mode of goodness. And at that time they are peaceful. Even before reading newspaper, you reach them, then you will get more. So because they are in the mood of goodness usually. At the other time their mood of goodness is evening time, Sandhya time. They are in mood of goodness. The rest of the day they are more in mood of patience. And in the night they are in mood of ignorance. So best is we reach to them, we approach them when they are in mood of goodness. So it should be our motto that we reach to them when they are receptive.
If you want to add something about how you get out of the comfort zone?
Comfort zone means we are really, there's a feast there and we will honor the feast and then chant over 16 rounds and then everything is over. No. We have to get out of the comfort zone and we take risk. Go to the place where people don't know you and you start chanting holy name and you see Mahaprabhu will send sincere people surrounding you and you will get everything there, and in this way, all these new centers, they are coming up by that method. Just go somewhere and see how powerful you are. We don't know really what potencies are within us. In a medical science, we say if we use all the neurons of our spinal cord and brain, we can do 1,000 times more than what we are doing. We are using only 10% of our capabilities. Normal. Hardly we are using 10% of our capability. We can do 100% more than this if we want to. We have that potential inside. And the more we do, more we will be empowered. Take 2-3 devotees and go to in some place where you don't know and just sit there and chant Hare Krishna, see how the miracles happen. Hare Krishna. Comfort zone means when you don't know where I have to eat and where I have to live. That's called getting out of the comfort zone. And see how Krishna is providing everything. Once I was in Peshawar, this frontier province in Pakistan, and there was nothing to eat. We were living in some hotel, some medical seminar. I was not eating anything then. Next day, I just somehow walked inside. It was a beautiful Lakshmi Narayan temple in Pakistan. And they were offering the bhoga to the Lord. There's no onion, garlic, and they saw me and they recognized me. I don't know how they know me. And then they gave me the nice prasad there. Out of bill somewhere, I never expected that. So you just take risk and you see in such situation you will get something. And that you will realize how Krishna is helping us. That will actually give us more enthusiasm to more preaching. Some blessing.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Maharaji, first of all, such youthful voice you are having, such a wonderful throw of voice you are having. Wonderful. And wonderful voice. Yeah. And my question is, Prabhuji, there are two questions actually, whatever time you are having. You mentioned entering into the Leela. So what is it meant when it is said that entering into the Leela, entering into the Nitya Leela? And my second question is, you mentioned Draupadi doing seva. So she was Bhagavad Prapta, already Bhagavad Prapta. But is there anything called seva which we can do? Because shastras also are very clear in it. Sur nar muni. They are not saying asur. Sur nar muni. Sab kiya riti. Swarath lagi karai sab priti. And one more, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is so clear, Prabhuji, that, oh my God, such bitter words, but says Navare. So means there is no father who can do anything for his son. He does it for himself. There is no son who is doing anything for father. He is doing for himself. No mother which is doing anything for herself. No son or daughter who is doing. So there is no anyone who is doing anything for anyone else. So can we really come out of ourselves and do, or is it our false ego that we are doing some seva? Can we do anything? Yeah.
So your first question is how to enter into the Nitya Leela. Well, first we have to hear, then we have to actually contemplate on that, then we meditate, then one day we will like some pastime of Krishna in Bhagvatam. Maybe with the friends when they are herding cows, maybe with Mother Yashoda when she is feeding Krishna, maybe with gopis when he is having last dance. Whatever pastime attracts you, it means you like that pastime. Then the person in that pastime which attracts you, you have to follow that person. Then it's called Rag Anuga, practice. He is Rag Atmika Bhakta, and you follow how he is pleasing Krishna. So you help him, you only assist him. In this way, one day the person you are assisting will bless you to enter into that pastime. So we have to go through this process. And actually, we have to see that person in our spiritual master. Through the spiritual, this is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami says, whoever eternal associate of Krishna you want to follow, see through your spiritual master. Then you can enter into the Nitya Leela. But you will never show to the people that I am in the Nitya Leela. You just look like a ordinary practicing devotee chanting Hare Krishna and doing all this seva. But sometime when you get free, you sit in that mood, oh now I am helping Shri Dharma or Madhu Mangal to help him to bring his cows back or just to feed him some prasad. That you can meditate alone, you never tell to anybody. But you practice like a sadhak, but you practice or you meditate like a eternal associate. So you practice this in this life, then Nitya Leela is awaiting. Second thing, everybody is swarthi or selfish, that is right. But we have to reach, this is what I think in Nectar of Devotion says, everybody loves somebody. But ultimately all love is not complete till we love only Krishna. It is like it push one button and then everything is there. So our swarth should be Krishna. So means our. Arth means benefit. Our benefit is only Krishna. That intelligent would in future select Krishna as our beneficiary. He is a beneficiary. He is a Varda. That intelligence is called Sati Mati Mukande. Sati means chaste, Mati means intelligence for the future, and Mukunda means Krishna. That intelligence which considers that myself is banished with is Krishna, that is the perfect intelligence. So our swarth should be only to please Krishna. By pleasing Krishna we can please everybody. Like by pouring water in the root we can nourish the whole tree. By putting food in the stomach we can nourish the whole body. So simply we have to change our vision from selfish for the body, we should do selfish for the soul. And selfish for the soul is Krishna. Jivera Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. And we come into that our Swarup, then we will only please Krishna. That should be our motto. To please Krishna is to please the spiritual master. To please the spiritual master is to please the Vaishnava. So Hari, Guru, Vaishnava are pleased, then Krishna will be pleased, and that will be our selfishness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.